imitate it. This is USB, can't do it like me. No, you're not like me, never duplicate it. This is USB, often imitated. USB, never duplicated. USB, often imitated. Can't do it like me, never duplicated. This is USB. Can't do it like me, no, you're not like me, often imitated. This is USB. Can't do it like me, no, you're not like me, never.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, where we cover Tooele County High School sports, primarily focusing on the four main schools that we have out here: Tooele High School, Grantsville High School, Stansbury, and the newly added Deseret Peak Golden Eagles. Hey, thank you for being with me today. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday break. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, all those things. Hey, listen, we get right back into it, okay? I know there's a lot going on for a lot of people right now this time of year, okay? But we still have some sports going on. So primarily I cover the sports that I'm familiar with, the ones that are easier to find information about for sure. But nonetheless, we do try to shout out things when we do know about them. So I do know that Grantsville Wrestling is out in Richfield, apparently for a match over this week. As far as anybody else is concerned, haven't seen anything yet. I do try to share their stuff when I do see it, though, because I know that that's one of the harder things for me to come by. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about some basketball today, as it's basketball season. Okay, so we've got a little bit going on. We've got some teams away for tournaments. We've also got one home game tonight. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with who we got going where for right now, just because it'll be a little bit easier to kind of talk through, right? So we've got the Stansbury men's basketball team and the Stansbury women's basketball team, both listed as being down in Cedar City for the Steve Hodson Cancer Tournament, okay? Cancer Classic. Pretty sure both these teams participated in that last year. Not 100% sure on that, but if my memory suits me well, they both participated in that last year. I could be getting them mixed up with a different team, though. So one of our schools definitely did, but I'm pretty sure it was them. So they'll be down in Cedar City, where they'll have 3 games over the next 3 days. I think they're both opening up against Canyon View this evening, one at 7, one at 8:30 p.m. So good luck to the Stansbury basketball programs as they travel down south. Please be safe. Take care of yourselves. To the fans, the family that are traveling down there to see it as well, definitely be careful and be safe. You know, we don't want anybody getting hurt out there trying to catch a game. But best of luck to the Stansbury teams. We wish you nothing but success while you're down there. Go down there and kick some butt, all right? As for our Deseret Peak ladies, they actually head up to Idaho today, where they'll be participating in the East Idaho basketball tournament. And they start off their games against Bonneville, Idaho, and then the rest of it was to be announced. So I don't know who their next opponents are, but very, very similar. They'll be facing 3 games over the next 3 days. So we wish you all also the best of luck. Go up there, kick some butt, and safe travels to all the people traveling to go see that. All right, fans, spectators, teammates, whatever. Everybody just be careful and have some fun, you know. Luckily, the weather looks pretty good today. It has been a little wet and rainy over the last few days, but today it looks pretty good. So safe travels, honestly. Safe travels to everybody, and go bring back those W's. Now, as for the game that we have here at home tonight, okay, so it's something that we can all go check out. We've got the 6-4 Grantsville Cowboys at home tonight against the 8-3 Delta Rabbits. Now, the 6-4 Cowboys come into this matchup after their tournament success before the Christmas break, where they went 2-0 in that, at least what was listed, okay. And they look to keep that momentum coming out of the break. Now, the Cowboys are averaging 56.3 points per game this season, and they're led by number 11, Dresden Jensen, who's got 16 points per game average on the season so far, 82 rebounds, 13 assists, and he's averaging 2.7 blocks per game. Now, this is all according to Deseret News, okay? So if it's incorrect, I do apologize, but it's just what's listed out there, okay? He's followed up by number 1, Cole Sparks, who's got 12.8 points per game average on the season so far. He's hit 17 three-pointers. He's got 12 assists and 20 steals for his team, so good job to you, young man. In third place, number 3, Jordan Fossen. He's averaging 10.6 points per game this season. He's got 37 rebounds. Really doing a great job there. 33 assists. He's helping his teammates out. You love to see that. And and an amazing 39 steals so far for the young man. So he's really kind of turned it around a little bit since the beginning of the season in particular. So definitely excited for him. Way to go, young man. Number 5, Jackson Jensen. He's in a 4th place slot with 7.3 average points per game. He's second on the team for rebounds with 52 rebounds. So good job to that young man. 30 assists on the season. He's definitely helping his teammates out there as well. And he's got 21 steals according to Deseret News so far on the season. So good job to you, sir. And in 5th place, number 32, the youngster, Brigham Morrison. He's got 4.9 points per game. He's hit 10 3-pointers so far this season, and he's got 13 rebounds and 18 assists. So really good top 5 there. Shout out to those guys for sure. Now as for Delta, Delta comes into this one holding a 3-game win streak. Where they've been averaging about 58.3 points per game this season, okay? Now, the leaders for them is number 23, Kobe Driggs. He's got 11.36 points per game, 77 rebounds on the season so far, 18 assists, and 12 steals. He's followed up by number 12, Bronco Bundy, who's got 10.2 points per game. He's had 13 3-pointers on the season. He's got 60 rebounds and 22 assists. In 3rd place for the Rabbits is number 11, Brody Cleaver. He's got 10.1 points per game average. He's sitting at 50 rebounds so far on the season, 6 assists and 14 steals. In 4th place for the Rabbits, you've got number 0, Mason Robinson. He's averaging 9.8 points per game. He's hit 22 3-pointers on the season, so keep an eye on that young man if he's outside that line, which is probably where he lives. 36 rebounds so far on the season and 23 steals. So definitely keep an eye on that young man. He seems to be quite the impact player for them, but it's spread out, it looks like, because again, he's only averaging 9.8 points per game. So he might thrive when you're focused on other people. So definitely keep an eye on that young man with those 22 3-pointers on the season. Now, number 25, Cover Pace. He comes in the 5th place slot for the Rabbits, averaging 5.9 points per game. He's got 26 rebounds on the season, 23 assists, and 17 steals. Now, the last time that these two teams met was in 2023, where Grantsville won in a comeback performance with a score of 52-51. The Cowboys were held to 13 points in the first half, only scoring 1 point in the second quarter in that last matchup. But they would have a 39-point second half for the victory in that game. Now, here's where I think, we have an idea of what these teams might kind of present to us, right? So we know in the last meeting, close game, tough one, but they haven't seen each other in a couple years now. So definitely not the same teams, right? A lot we can kind of look at there, right? But here's where I think we might have an idea of what we might get out of this. Now, over the last 3 games, the Cowboys have averaged 52.3 points per game. In the last 3 games, the Rabbits are averaging 60 points per game. All right, now both teams previously played Provo not too long ago, and both teams also lost to those. But here's the difference. Lost to Provo, okay? But here's the difference, right? So Delta goes into that game, and they lose 70-31. I mean, they just get annihilated, right? Grantsville also loses, pretty rough, 44-66, but not as bad, right? But both teams do lose. Now, here's the interesting part, okay? Now, according to available stats on Deseret News, Grantsville allowed only 3 3-pointers in that game, all right, when they played Provo. The difference is when Delta played Provo, they allowed 11 3-pointers. Now, again, that's according to Deseret News, okay, so that could be wrong, but according to what was put there, it looks like Grantsville did a much better job protecting the perimeter. They still lost the game. But I'll take 66-44 over 70-31, right? Still pretty bad, but they held that perimeter, it looks like. Now, as for Grantsville, they went 13 of 19 from the line against Provo for 68%, and they had 33 points scored in the second half. So they really made a run in that second half against Provo. Delta, on the other hand, they went 4 of 6 from the line, so they only got there a handful of times. They shot 66% from the line in that game, and they only hit double digits in the third quarter. So why do I bring that game up? Well, because I think the loss can show you a little bit about where their strong suits are, right? And so why do I think it's an important game? Well, it's because Grantsville has very capable 3-point shooters, something that Delta, in that game in particular at least, okay, showed they had a struggle to defend. Now, perhaps I didn't see Provo play, so perhaps they're just really good at setting themselves up for 3-point shots. I don't want to take anything away from them if that's part of their game plan, right? But if you look at the numbers, it looks like Delta struggles to protect the perimeter a little bit, okay? And Grantsville has some very capable three-point shooters. And so I definitely feel like that's an area that maybe the Cowboys might be able to take advantage of. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that they should rely on that, right? I think they should definitely stick to their game plan. They seem to excel when they're doing things like driving and dishing, getting those inside looks down low to Dresden, right? Like all those things. I definitely feel like they should still continue with that, right? But perhaps there's an area to let some of those shooters just really kill it for them. I don't really know. But obviously, that's definitely, this definitely hinges on, are they making them today, right? Because every day's different, right? But we've got some pretty dang good shooters. And for a team that allowed 11 three-pointers against them, I feel like recently, too. I mean, I think that was their four games ago for them. So it wasn't too long ago. Then they've had some success after that game. They probably learned a lot of things after that game, right? You don't take a loss like that and not learn some things. But perhaps that's an area where they might have a little bit of an advantage is all I'm saying. So I really think this game will kind of come down to the defensive pressure. The Rabbits have 20 steals in their last 2 wins. Grantsville has 24 steals over their last 2 games. So both teams really creating turnovers there, getting those steals. But what could prove to be the biggest deciding factor, I think, will be the play of Dresden Jensen versus Kobe Driggs. Jensen for Dresden for Grantsville and Kobe Driggs for Delta, right? These guys are like parallel in a lot of things, right? So Kobe Driggs for Delta, he's listed at 6'8". He leads the team in points. He leads the team in rebounds. He's 4th in assists and 6th in steals. Dresden Jensen for Grantsville, he didn't have any height listed, but if I had to take my best guess, I would say no, got to be around 6'6" at least, right? But I think he's probably taller than that, but I don't know. But if I had to take my best guess, I'm 6 foot. So if I'm just basing it off me, I'm going to say he's at least close to 6'6" at the smallest, right? He leads the team in points. He leads the team in rebounds. He's 4th in assists and 5th in steals. I mean, these two are practically having the same season, right? Very parallel thus far. So far, right? Now, I think this matchup is going to be huge. These two players kind of battling out back and forth. Who can snag more boards, who shoots better from the line, and who can stay out of foul trouble. I think that's going to be the most critical point. We've seen kind of Dresden in the past. He has a tendency to kind of get overzealous, especially for some of them blocks, right? And he can kind of get himself in trouble. I don't know if that's going to be a factor. He seems, the last couple times I've seen him play, he seems to do a lot better with that, definitely than from last season to this season, right? But I do think it's going to be a factor. You're playing another capable big. They're, like I said, they're practically having parallel seasons. I think that's going to be an area of who's going to get in foul trouble first, him or Driggs, right? So definitely looking at that. But I think the biggest deciding factor will be who has the better supporting cast. Right, because we already know. You look at those stats. We know that both teams tend to go through their bigs there, and it's working. Right, but I'm assuming that this is going to be a tight matchup between those two, and what I'm really hoping for is that neither one of them end up in a lot of foul trouble. Honestly, that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully, they get to play it out like the whole game, man, and they're just battling out and they leave everything out there. That's what makes great basketball games, right? But I'm sure undoubtedly there's going to be fouls called, probably some petty fouls, probably some fouls that get missed that should have been called, right? All those things apply. But, ideally, them staying in the game the entire time, battling back and forth, keeping it tight, who's supporting cast steps up. That's what I'll be interested to see. Now, when I looked at the stats for Delta, they had quite a few players with, 40-plus rebounds on the season. So that was pretty crazy to me. They didn't appear to have another close to Kobe Driggs size player, but nonetheless they seem to have a lot of rebounds as a team. But so does Grantsville. Grantsville's doing pretty well. Jackson Jensen comes in there. He cleans up a lot of boards. The thing is, whoa, sorry, hit my own mic there. The thing is that if those two, Driggs and Dresden Jensen, are in foul trouble or they're shutting each other down, who's going to step up for it? That's what I think this game's going to come down to, is who is going to be that next man up for either team. And if the Rabbits are in a better position for that. If they've got somebody who's already kind of maybe had to do that and who's more willing to do that, hey, that might be the deciding factor, right? And Grantsville kind of the same thing. But if they do end up getting in foul trouble and they have to come out of the game, who is going to have the better replacements? And I think that's where I don't know. I like the intensity that I see from Grantsville in that, but again, I don't know anything really about Delta, so they might have another capable big kind of coming up behind that really cleans that up. I just didn't really see anything listed on that, okay? But I do like Grantsville's intensity when it comes to their bench players and their support cast guys. Their intensity is very, very good. So it's going to be a fun game, I think. I'm really excited to see it. Again, I really think it's going to come down to the play of those two bigs, and I think it's going to be a hell of a matchup. I really do, because again, like I said, they're basically having parallel seasons. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So, yeah, that's who I'm kind of keeping my eye on there. And obviously, it's easy to say when he's like, oh, he's leading points. Of course, you're keeping your eye on. Yeah. I get all that, but I think in this particular situation, it's almost like he's playing his clone, at least on the stat sheet. I'm not gonna say they look alike, but it'd be kind of crazy if they do. But from a stat perspective, they're very, very similar. So I see them two just really battling out. I think it's going to be a fun matchup for him. And if I know him, if I know Dresden well enough, he's definitely going to want to win that battle. So it should be fine. Hopefully he can keep himself out of foul trouble, though, right? And I'm sure Coach Stace will probably appreciate that. But nonetheless, this game will be tonight at 7 p.m. If I recall correctly, the underclassmen should start here in about a half hour, at about 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30. Can't remember exactly. 3 or 3:30. For the younger classmen, and then the JV game should start about 5:30, if I'm not mistaken, followed by the varsity game at 7. So if you can, do your best to get out there to Grantsville High School tonight. Get out there and support these guys. I'm sure they love it. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of people still having some time off, right? So you're probably bored anyways. You can only watch so many Christmas reruns. And you really should only eat so much junk food. I know it's hard right now. So we'll see if we'll see which team ate the most holiday ham, I think. Maybe the tempo is not going to be that fast. We'll see. But nonetheless, hopefully you can get out there, check it out. It's something to do on a Monday evening out here in Grantsville. Okay, so get out there, support these guys, have a good time. It's a couple bucks, but ain't no big deal. You spend more than that on fatty cakes at the gas station anyways. So you'll be all right. It ain't going to kill you. And if it does, hey, let me know. I'll help you out, I guess. No, I won't. Don't reach out to me about that. If you can't pay for a game, I think, hopefully it's because you don't have a job and things are tough, not just because you have bad spending. Kind of got off on a tangent there. Irrelevant. Nonetheless, get out there, support these young individuals. They appreciate it. You're going to have a good time. So do your best. It's the only game we got tonight. We do have some more games tomorrow, so be on the lookout for something tomorrow. I'm going to do my best to try to get this done for them as well. I don't see a reason why I can't so far, so we'll do another one tomorrow, hopefully for the game day for that. Nothing fancy on this one, just a quick little podcast. I wanted to test out this mic that my son got me, see how it's working out, and yeah, we'll go from there. But again, 7 p.m. tonight, Grantsville High School. Good luck to the Stansbury men's and women's team heading down to Cedar. Safe travels to you guys. Go down there and kick some butt. And good luck to the Deseret Peak Golden Eagles. The ladies team heading up there to Idaho. Be safe. Have a great time and kick some butt. We look forward to seeing some W's in those records. Okay, so good luck to everybody. Hey, as always, guys, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're all having a great holiday season. As always, guys, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. And until next time, I'll see you at the games.
Can't do it like me, no you're not like me, often imitated. This is USB. Can't do it like me, no you're not like me, never duplicated. This is USB, often imitated. USB, never duplicated. USB, often imitated. Can't do it like me, never duplicated. This is USB. Can't do it like me, no you're not like me, often imitated.